Namaste, my beautiful Pisces. Thank you so very much for joining me here this week. If you are new, welcome. My name is Salma. I'm a spiritual medium. I'm a channel. I'm an energy healer. I'm an Akashic Records practitioner. And I have done readings for people all around the world. So thank you so very much for joining me here this week. So this week's reading is for November 17th to November 23rd. And this week we still have Mercury in retrograde. And this retrograde dance that it does every 3 to 4 times a year really asks us to slow down, to revise, revisit, realign everything that truly matters to us in our life. And the movement of Jupiter and Saturn really guides us towards greater wisdom, reminding us that this time of reflection creates or has the capacity to create great transformation in our lives. So utilize this time. A lot of people hear, Mercury retrograde and Jupiter retrograde and they get scared, but no, this is a great time of pause, of reflection, and of truly revisiting those things that matter to us and revising them. Okay, obviously, with Mercury retrograde, we can have glitches in communication, transportation, technology, those little things. But I really feel like this time around, it's not as bad as it has been in the past. Now, for my darling Pisces collective, this week of November 23rd, November 17th to 23rd, is a time of return to the sacred self. That's what it is for Pisces. A return to the sacred self. So, my darling Pisces collective, your intuition right now is louder than ever. Dreams, synchronicities, even subtle signs are guiding you. Pay attention because this is a week of great spiritual recalibration and growth, okay? But you need to slow down and allow your higher self to speak, okay? So this pause for you, my darling Pisceans, is going to be very, very beautiful if you take the time to pause, to reflect, and to go within so that you can get the divine direction that is available to all of you. Your mantra, my darling Piscean collective, is I am guided. I'll just take my rose quartz. I am guided by divine love and inner knowing. I am guided by divine love and inner knowing. So write that down, my dear Pisces collective. I am guided by divine love and inner knowing. Write that down and keep that somewhere close to you. You can also put it under your pillow and repeat it to yourself 3 times before you go to bed and 3 times when you wake up in the morning. And you are going to really ignite that that divine guidance that is all around you. Okay? So for you, my darling Pisces collective, I have picked 5 different decks, and I'm going to flip my screen so you can see my table. There you go. And I have chose 5 different decks. The first deck is the Chakra Oracle deck. And this, as we know, as you may know, we all have energy centers in our body. And when these energy centers get, misaligned or, too clouded, it can really create a lot of havoc and turmoil in our lives and in particular areas of our lives. So I call upon the highest, best, most loving ascended masters, angels, and guides, the Holy Spirit. I call forth the divine source God to please come in, connect with me now, and please give me the messages for the Pisces collective as far as what they need to know and which energy center they could use some assistance with. And this one just popped out, so this is the one it is. Okay. The next deck that I picked is the Soul Truth. So as you know, our soul is connected to the divine soul of Source, right? So what is it? What is the soul truth that needs to come through for our Pisces collective for the week of November 17th to November 23rd? The third card that I picked is a healing oracle deck. And I'm just going to ask for the highest, greatest message for our Pisces collective for the week of November 17th to 23rd. Oh, okay. So there were 3 cards. So I'm going to put that back because I just want 1 card. Okay, this is, oh, there's 2. See, okay, so you have several messages, dear Pisces, but we'll take them both. We will take them both. And then I have the Angel Tarot. That is the card. Okay, and the very last deck is the Archangel deck. So let's see the messages that the Archangels have for our Pisces collective for the week of November 17th to 23rd. Can't take all of those. So. And this one really does want to flip out, so I'm going to take it. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. So I'm going to flip my screen once again, and I'm going to channel the divine messages that come through for each of our Pisceans that are joining me here today. So let me just get all of these cards here. Okay. So for the very first card, my darling Pisces collective, the card reads compassion. Compassion. So the energy center, my darling Pisces collective, that is being highlighted for you for this week is the heart chakra. The heart chakra, which represents pure and divine love and oneness with all that is. Oneness with the Creator, with the universe, with all that is. The message for you, my darling Pisces collective, is compassion. In general, our Pisces are already very highly spiritual or empathic, if you will. That's what I feel with the Pisces. And compassion within you is something that is being ignited during the week of November 17th to 23rd. And Spirit is asking that you try to be a little bit more compassionate with those around you, okay? You could have a lot going on, or a lot of people, maybe children, grandchildren, partners, whatever it may be, whatever circumstance or situation it could be, colleagues, whatever it is, that are requiring more compassion at this time. And so you're being asked to be a little bit more caring and understanding, to be a little bit more gentle with others, to have more acceptance for people, especially people who may not be as balanced, okay, which could really upset us. But you're being asked to really hold the sacredness of your heart chakra at this time, and to be even more caring and more empathetic, more gentle with those souls that may be irking you a little bit, okay, and to have more compassion. And I'm hearing Spirit say, indeed, have compassion for others, but also, my darling Pisceans, have compassion for yourself. And the analogy that I'm getting from Spirit is when you get on a plane and you see the flight attendants on the plane, they always tell you to put your own mask on first before you put your children's mask on. And so you are really being asked to fill your cup at this time, okay? The next message you got from your soul truth is, how can I be more flexible right now? How can I be more flexible right now? So flexibility, my darling Pisces collective, is being asked of you for the week of November 17th to 23rd. What are you trying to control? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and this week, and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Okay, that is powerful, my darling Pisces. What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go of that control. Let love move through you, move through your heart chakra this week, and trust that the outcome will be for your highest good. So when we work from a place of love and from a place of compassion, no matter what the situation is in front of us, or no matter what the people in front of us are about, if we know that we are working with pure love and compassion, then you know that love is moving through you, and you can trust the outcome of whatever is going to transpire. Now, your special mantra, my darling Pisceans, for the week of November 17th to 23rd is, and you feel free to write this down, remind yourself all week that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that one last time. Remind yourself all week, my darling Pisceans, that life is happening for you, not to you. And that you are definitely not alone. You have a lot of spiritual help from spirit, from your loved ones in the spirit world, from your guides, from your angels, from your ascended masters. You're also being asked with this card, how can I be more flexible right now? So flexibility in all ways is what I hear Spirit say, and even flexible on the outside, physically. So yoga might be something, or Tai Chi, or walking, getting out in nature. That physical movement can bring more flexibility to you internally. Okay, my darling Pisceans? The third cards that jumped out from the energy healing deck, and you got two. I think you're the only sign that got two. The first card that you got is vitality. Vitality. I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. So write this down and repeat it to yourself before you go to bed 3 times, and also when you wake up in the morning. And it is vitality. I am a being of light. Write this down. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. That is magnificent. And the more that you read this to yourself, morning and night during this week, you are going to find that your vitality increases. And as you can see from the picture here, this picture is green. And once again, it represents the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is the 2 colors that represent the heart is pink and green. Okay? You can't make this stuff up. It very much synchronizes. The second card the second card from the Energy Healing Oracle is elevation. Elevation. And this is a very spiritual time for our Pisceans. Let me read this to you, and if you can write this down, it will benefit you a lot. Elevation. I free myself from fear and trust the universe. I free myself from fear and I trust the universe. I direct my thoughts to the beauty inside and around me. I direct my thoughts to the beauty inside and around me. I use my spiritual strengths and knowledge to create light, and I rise above all self-doubt, all doubt. Again, I'm going to read this to you, and you feel free to rewind and to write these 2 mantras down. Elevation. I free myself from fear and trust the universe. I direct my thoughts to the beauty inside and around me. I use my spiritual strengths and knowledge to create light, and I rise above all the doubt. So and this is pink. So pink and green, again, representing the heart chakra. So it's the heart chakra, my darling Pisceans, that you need to awaken further this week. You need to let go of all hurt, all pain, anything that you have kept within you. It's time to let it go, because there is just no room in the heart for anything that is holding it down. The fourth card that I got for the Piscean collective is awakening. Awakening. Amazing, magnificent card. This card comes from the Archangel Gabriel, who is the messenger angel of God. He is the angel that announced the births of John the Baptist and Jesus Christ, the revelation of the Quran to Prophet Muhammad. Archangel Gabriel is also an archangel, excuse me, that loves to work with children. So if you have children, Archangel Gabriel could be helping you at this time with your children, especially children that may have, that are highly sensitive, okay? I'm also getting an Archangel Gabriel is a messenger angel that delivers our prayers to Source, but Archangel Gabriel is also the archangel that heals all relationships. So what I'm getting for my Pisces collective for this week is if there are some relationships that are really bringing you turmoil or hurt or pain or even irritating you, you are being asked to really hold compassion in your heart, to elevate your thoughts about those people. And, we don't have to forget what someone's done to us, but we do need to forgive for us to fully awaken the heart source, the heart chakra, which is our connection to the divine, to spirit, okay? And that's what's being asked of you. This week, my darling Pisceans, look at things, excuse me, from a different perspective. Try to get out of your headspace and try to see things from a completely different perspective. This is a time of temporary standstill for each of you. So it's important to be yourself. You could be at a time where things don't feel like they are moving forward or that they're just standing still. And that's okay, because as you remember in the very beginning, I mentioned that we are in Mercury retrograde. We've got Jupiter retrograde, which is reminding us that reflection creates transformation in our lives. So really take time to think, to revisit, to revise, to recalibrate what truly matters in your life, okay? The very last card you got, my darling Pisceans, is passion. So once you balance out the heart chakra and you are focused on compassion for others, Spirit asks you then to consider pouring that compassion to yourself, into yourself, giving yourself a pat on the back for everything that you have done and been through and the great job that you have done. Then, what is on the agenda is passion. What is it, my darling Piscean collective, that brings you renewed passion in your love life and career? What is it that you want to see manifest? That is what Spirit is asking you to reflect on this week. And when we think of things in a passionate way, like when we love what we do, it doesn't become a job, right? Because we just love doing it. So what ignites your passion? That is the question that Spirit is presenting to all of my Pisces collective this week. And once you know what brings you passion, you're being asked to go towards that passion, because you will get success in that realm of whatever it is that brings you passion, okay? You could also be asked at this time, or you could be finding yourself in a position where there could be some imbalance in your relationships or even in your career. And, when you ignite that passion, that deep passion within you, you are going to find that those relationships and your career, your life path are all going to flow perfectly for you. So the way energy works is like, if you have issues or problems in your relationships, you most certainly will have problems in your finances, because it works hand in hand, okay? If you have problems with finances, it will create problems in your relationship. So you're really being asked to really, really hold deep compassion for others this week, the people around you, and to be more generous, to be more caring, to be more gentle and empathetic with everyone around you, to be more flexible and flexibility also physically, like do yoga, do tai chi, get out to the gym, do more walking. That will all bring flexibility to your body, mind, and spirit. This is a time of elevation for you. So you are raising to a whole new trajectory in your life right now. And you are truly a being of light. So embrace that light within you. And look, try to be as mindful as you can of different perspectives. Even if they don't resonate with you, try to be mindful and understanding of them. It's very, very important for you to just be you at this time. And as you do this, trust and follow the passion that ignites within you, because it's going to guide you to the next trajectory of your life. Now, your archangel, my darling Pisceans, is Archangel Haniel. Archangel Haniel is the archangel of the moon. And you may find that during the time of these, new moons, full moons, waxing or waning moons, or when there's retrogrades, these kind of planetary things could very much affect you mentally, physically, emotionally. So you're being asked to pay attention to that. If you have a quartz, hold on to that quartz when you are feeling any form of anxiety or stress, because it will ground you. And another stone that is very good, or gemstone, or to use, is the moonstone for the Pisces. Okay, so my darling Pisceans, those were your messages for the week of November 17th to 23rd. Please make sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising sign, because you might get a little bit more insight about what to expect for this week. So this is all about relationships, about opening the heart chakra, about igniting that passion within you, but to also take time to nurture your own body, mind, and spirit, and fill yourself with love and compassion so that you have enough to give to everyone else. Well, my darlings, those were your special messages for the week of November 17th to 23rd. Thank you so very much for liking, for sharing, for subscribing to my YouTube channel, to my website. It really makes a big difference for me and allows me to continue to give this energy out. Well, my darlings, those were your special messages for the week ahead. I really, truly hope they resonated with you. All my love. Namaste.